Hello everybody, hope you all are doing good out there. In this video we're going to take a look at a kind of unique knife. This is one that's kind of rare, you don't see it around a whole lot. And here's the box right here. You can see here we've got 2003 Case. That was what the place I bought it from. Stuck this sticker on it. Now I've had this for probably three years, I'm guessing. Something like that. I think I got it back in 22. Here you can see what it is. It's a 31549 WLCV Copperlock in yellow. The 3 means it's going to be yellow Delrin. The 1 is referenced to single blade. Then this 549 is referenced to its full-size Copperlock, not the mini, but the full-size. The W stands for Warncliffe, and the L stands for lock. And you can see it's in CV still. Also, you can see there the date when it was made. So let's take a look at this knife. This is the only full-size Copperlock I have with a Warncliffe blade, and this is it right here. Now, from what I can tell, these can be pretty hard to find. I've kept an eye out on the used market, like on eBay and such as that, and the ones that do come up seem to sell for a whole lot of money. Now, this one has never been used. This is one of the few knives I have that I haven't used. And the reason is because it's got this CV blade, and I just don't want to destroy the value of it by using this one. See, most of these full-size Copperlocks are going to have what's known as clip point blade. So it's going to look something like that right there. But this one is unique in that it has the Warncliffe, and you can still buy these Warncliffe ones today. What makes this one unique is the combination of the chrome vanadium steel with the Warncliffe and all of that on a yellow handle. That's what makes this one a little more unique. Let's take some measurements here. The full-size Copperlock is one of the most loved knives from Case, I believe. I don't think it's as common as a lot of the other patterns because I don't see it around very often, but those who have it really love it. It's 4 1/4 inches long when closed. The cutting edge is, I'm showing right around 2 3/4 or so, something like that. Let's weigh this before I forget here. .70 ounces. Now, there's a lot of reasons why people like Warncliffe blades. One is if you're going to open a box or something, the tip is down here at the very front of the blade, which can certainly be a big benefit. Another thing people really like about Warncliffe blades is just their shape. They've got a unique looking shape. They look kind of different from a lot of the other knives out there. And people who do a lot of whittling and stuff like that often prefer Warncliffe blades. You can see the blade stock. Nice and thick in the back, and it narrows down a little bit as it goes down toward the tip. This knife is a back lock, as you can see, so it locks into place. You gotta push this lever down to close this particular knife. It is a single blade. One of the reasons a lot of people like the full-size Copperlock is because of this shape right here. For years and years, there's been a knife called the Copperhead, and that's this knife right here. You can see how the bolster looks. When Case went to make the lock version of it, I believe they started, if I remember right, trying to use the trapper pattern, but they wound up using the Copperhead pattern because the bolster is a little bigger. And they put a back lock on it, made it a single blade, and so they called it a Copperlock because it was a Copperhead with a lock. But you can see that it is a little larger than a regular Case Copperhead. Here you go, 62.49. But nevertheless, that is kind of interesting. But people like this right here because you can put your finger up in it and it kind of keeps your hand from slipping up on the blade. Kind of works as a little guard. Let's compare this knife to a few other knives. The most common is going to be the mini Copperlock. I think it's even more popular than the full-size Copperlock. The mini Copperlock's the basic same knife, just a little bit smaller. And it's more popular and it's easier to find right now. And a few others to compare it with. This is a Case medium toothpick. You can see the medium toothpick is a little larger. Probably one of the best comparisons out there would be the full-size Case Trapper, 54 pattern. When you compare these two together, you can see the handles are really about the same size if you look at it. It's the Copperlock's just a little bit longer than the Trapper. And of course, when it comes to cutting edge, you got different blade shapes here, but the Trapper has a longer blade on it, and the Trapper is a slip joint, where this Copperlock is a back lock. A few other popular models. This right here is a mini Trapper, the 07 pattern, compared to the full-size Copperlock. And this right here is a peanut compared to it. Here's a 75 large Stockman, which is a very popular Stockman. And here's a Case full-size 38 pattern Sodbuster. And so I think that's a pretty good comparison. As you can see, it's a larger knife, but it's not the largest knife from Case. It's on the bigger side, but it's not too big to comfortably carry and use. That's why a lot of people love it. Y'all comment down below how you feel about the full-size Copperlock, and which version of it do you prefer? Do you prefer this Warncliffe version, or do you prefer the clip blade version? I myself, I believe I prefer the clip blade version, but I know a lot of people prefer the Warncliffe. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Comment down below and keep your knives sharp.